Hello and welcome to Strategies for Better Chess Part 3. So I think this will be the final video in this 3 video series. And as I mentioned in the past, in case you notice, I scraped my nose up and it hasn't quite healed yet, but maybe you can't even see it on the video. I don't know. All right, so let's start here. We're playing bots, and we've finally bumped it up to the advanced level, so we're playing a 1500 bot now. And let's see how it goes. We're playing 5 seconds, or excuse me, blitz games, 5 minutes with 5 second increment. So they have D4, we played D5, and now let's see, knight. The knights come out, and we have a queen's gambit here, but the knights have been played. So we will play queen's gambit declined here. I'll develop my bishop. And interesting, they play this, blocking in their own bishop. So, that's usually a bad strategy. I'm going to go ahead and castle, get my king to safety. Usually a good strategy. Now, I'll bring in the other knight here. Okay, so now I have to capture with the pawn. Usually it's an issue where your bishop is blocked in, but now that they've captured here, I could just go ahead and play this way, I think. All right, we're going to capture, exchange off some material here, and now I will chase their bishop, and now my bishop can develop. So first I will line up on their king here. I'm surprised they didn't castle. Okay. Well, now we could have a discovered attack. But, would that be good for me or not? Well, we might as well do that. Although the knight could block. But not if we go here. So we could try that. I'm going to go here with a discovered attack on the king. And then and now the king is stuck in the center. So we get rid of this bishop because now our bishop was under attack. And their king is just stuck out in the open. Now we could bring our queen out, possibly. So different strategies here to use. We have an isolated pawn. So the more material we trade off, usually the better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Attack. Okay, so that helped me get rid of material there. Now we can go ahead and move here to block. Then blockade the passed pawn with the knight. Okay, now I could just drop back, which I think I will do. And then we trade rooks off. So I'm getting rid of even more material. Oh, this is something I overlooked. Oh, man. So I overlooked that. That's no good. Okay. Well, we could try and trap the bishop in. So maybe I do that, try and trap the bishop. And then we'll go after the bishop. Okay, and now I can attack the knight that's defending the bishop. Yeah, so now I'm just winning. All right. So we're ahead by +4. And what do you want to do when you're ahead like this? Well, you want to try and avoid pawn trades and trade off material. So how do we want to go about doing this? We'll bring our king over. Okay, this just helps us trade off more material. Now we want to bring our king up into the center of the board. But first I'll get the bishop up here, and then I can bring my king over to start helping. All right, yeah, this just allows me to pick off another pawn, and now I can pick this pawn off. Let's go here to prevent the king from infiltrating into the position. And then we can just go over and snatch up all these pawns. All right, now might as well just pick off another one. Okay, we'll get out of the way of our passed pawn. Try and capture this central pawn as well. So we can go here and stop the king, pick the pawn off. Pick off another pawn. Yeah, all right. So this is just a good example of how you use your extra material for advantage. You know, now just push the pawns up and promote. So I'll just start all these pawns rolling. All right, now what? Just keep the pawns going. All right, now we just have to watch out that we don't stalemate. So we don't want to go here or he'll be trapped. So we'll just push this pawn. And now we can, oh, but we have to be careful. If we push that, he could go into the corner and end up, all right, we'll just push this pawn up till it promotes to a queen because he's just stuck going back and forth up there on the edge. All right, so there we go. We just promote and mate. Okay, we'll do a quick game review. If it lets me, it looks like something's wrong here. It's checking for mistakes, but it is not, doesn't look like it's working. Okay, instead of waiting for that, I guess we will move on to a 1600 rated opponent. Just to keep this video going. Okay, play bots. So we're looking for a 1600 rated opponent. So 15, and here's 1600. Okay, random color and 5 minutes on the clock with 5-second increments. Okay, here we go. Opening strategy. This is a good one, especially for beginners. Start with E4. I'm going to counterattack with the Sicilian defense, C5, to prevent them from getting both pawns in the center. And then I'll play this move to prevent this pawn from coming up to E5 and harassing my knight if it goes to F6. So they put both pawns in the center. I want to get rid of one. Now I'm going to attack. That's why I push this D pawn so he can't chase my knight. And then this opening's not really recommended for beginners, the Sicilian Najdorf variation, because it can be pretty complicated. So I'm going to go here, attacking the knight. Now, this is a good thing for black in the Sicilian. They captured my knight, allowing my pawn to capture towards the center. Okay, I don't want this pawn to just keep going on forever, so I'm going to play this move, keep his bishop from being able to attack my knight. Okay, now I'm going to take a share of the center. I'm going to step my queen off to the side and start developing my other pieces that haven't been developed yet. All right. Okay, so we have an attack here. Do I ignore that or not? I'm going to go ahead and knock that out. And then, it's lined up on my queen here. Might as well go ahead and castle. All right. Now, a strategy in the Sicilian defense is to play d5, and it kind of frees up black's position. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to play the d5 move. Okay, the knight will come up attacking. So then we're going to recapture with our bishop, centralize the bishop, and then we're lined up on the king here. But not for long because of this pawn. So that's not so great. So I guess we have to step back. Okay, we're under attack here. We can check, forking the king and this pawn though. So that's what we're going to do. Then we can pick off this pawn. Okay, so now we have an attack. This doesn't look so good though, because if we capture, the queen has to capture, and then we're able to pick off this right here. Okay, and now we can even go after this pawn as well. Which I think I'm going to do. So we'll do that. And now I'm going to try and give up my queen for both rooks here. Oh, but does that... Yeah, he's in check, so he has to do that. All right. So now we should be winning with this... with the two rooks. Okay, that's interesting. He just gave up a pawn for free. Now we have a passed pawn over here. Okay, so all we have to do now is get our rooks into a good attacking position. Put them on open files. Okay, now I think we want to double our rooks up. So we'll try and get them doubled. Okay, we'll go there, threatening to capture. You know, and maybe we want to get this pawn moving as well. So that may be a better play, is to start pushing this pawn up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, now we could go there attacking the queen. Now this pawn is under attack, but we can just protect it. And we're targeting these pawns now. So let's go there, and we're threatening a fork. Okay, so now we just pin the queen to the king. All right. So we'll do that. He's in check. We might as well just pick the other pawn off. We're under attack. We'll just keep the bishop there to protect our rook and march the other pawn up. And, you know, we don't even have to do that. We could just, that's probably the quickest way, so why not? We'll just promote a queen here. And that should end the game quickly. All right, what is the fastest way to win here? Let's just use these two pieces. And mate. All right. Now, hopefully I can do a game review, which I wasn't able to do on the last one. All right, so game review here. I played at a 90.7% accuracy level versus 81.5 by the computer. Now, inaccuracies. Computer had 4, I had 3. Computer had 2 mistakes, and I had 1 mistake. And it says here that the computer played at a 1600 level. I don't know if you can see that under my picture, so I'll move it. Computer played at 1600 and I played at 2150, so I'll take that. All right. Well, let us try one more here, and we'll bump it up to a 1700 level bot. Okay. So play the bots. Let me pick the 1700 bot. All right. 16, 16. All right, this one is 1700. So we'll put it on random color, and 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. We're playing Arthur. Okay, interesting way to begin. Control the center with a bishop from the edge here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and centralize here. He's attacking that pawn, so I'm going to go ahead and bring a knight out. Now I get the bishop pair in the center, but he's pinning this knight, which is protecting the pawn here. So I'm going to go ahead. I have to be careful here. So what would be best? I'm going to just bring this up to help defend. Okay, now he's trying to get me to capture, you know, and then he could pick this off. So I have to be careful here. I think I'm going to develop my queen. Yeah, now this is where it's getting kind of tricky. If I develop my queen, that should be okay, but yeah, I think that'll work. I'll just develop my queen to cover everything here. Oh, and he just adds more pressure on that. Okay, well, if he can pin, so can I. So we'll pin him. Then bring our knight up. Now we're threatening to push the pawn. Okay, all right. Okay. Well, let's attack his queen. Now we can pick this off. All right. Okay. Well, we could attack his queen and threaten this pawn at the same time. And if he... Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go after that. Now I should castle, but what is the best way? I don't know if I want to castle into this open file. So I'm going to castle... I don't know. Either way, it could be bad. So... Alright, he gives up his bishop pair, but he doubles my pawns, leaves me with an isolated pawn, but he has an isolated pawn over here. Okay, let's centralize our rook. Okay. I don't know, this could be a complicated game now. Alright, we'll bring the other rook over to the center. Okay, let's try and wreck those pawns a little bit. Okay. So now... Oh, now we can just grab that pawn. Okay. And then we grab this right here. Alright, now we have to be careful because his rook is on this open file and our king, we have a back rank mate threat possible. So, if we go here and he checks us, then we go up, or he could just go there immediately. So if we go here to F8 and he checks us, or if he attacks here immediately. Alright, I'm going to go there. And sure enough, he decides to do that. Uh-oh, it could go to a draw now. Unless I just do this. And then attack, driving him back. So I'm going to go there. Oh, that's not so good for that pawn. All right. All right. I have to be careful here. I'm going to do that. And then bring my king up. We'll go there. Oh, he could have picked that off. Yeah, all right, that was a mistake on my part. He should have just picked that pawn off. Okay, let's attack his king. Then we'll go here to keep his king out. Go there. Okay, so yeah, strategies. In a rook endgame, you want your rook to be more active than your opponent's rook. Have more targets that they can attack. Okay, so let's go. I might as well attack that. Okay, then we'll block. Okay, we'll go there. All right. What now? What now? I have to go after the weaknesses. Well, let's push that forward. Then I probably need to centralize my king. Oh, I don't want to do that. So I need to move my king over here. Okay, now we can attack. And I can just go here. All right. So next, we'll go here. And we can go in behind and start attacking these pawns. You know, that could be a strategy as well. But first, we'll just target this one. Okay, so we can just pick that off. Then go after this. Yeah, now we're pretty much really winning here. Just pick off more pawns. All right. Maybe that was kind of a mistake. All right, anyway, if he goes after that pawn, these two, we're going to grab this one, and then we'll have a passed pawn. Our king can move forward. So let's go here, get ready to push this pawn forward. All right. What now? What now? We'll go there. Just start making progress with our pawns. All right, and then we'll really trap the king on the edge of the board. We can move this pawn up even further. Then we'll go here and threaten a mate if we can. Huh. All right. Okay, oh, now we can just threaten a mate by pushing forward here. Okay, so he stops that mate threat, but he's really in trouble here. You know, now it's a mate anyway. All right, well, that was a little tougher there with a higher 1700 rated bot. So let's do the game review real quick here. I played at 89.4 versus 80% accuracy by the computer. Computer had 5 inaccuracies versus my 2. 1 mistake by the computer, but I had 3 mistakes. Ooh. Then the computer had 2 missed opportunities. I had 1, and the computer had a blunder. So 1800 level by the computer, and it looks like I played at a 2150 level. So that's not so terrible. But the computer played 99.9% accuracy in the opening, and I only played 78.7. So I definitely could have played the opening a little better. All right. Well, you know, feel free to leave any comments. Like and subscribe to support the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and have a super chess day.